All right, I think we're running. Are we running? I think we're running. I'm going to let you people talk amongst yourselves while I go and verify that we're running. I will be back momentarily. I'm just gonna. I don't want to look like I'm just talking to myself. There's a guy sitting right over there, and so I'm gonna pretend like I'm talking on the phone. No, I'm not gonna do that. All right, we're doing this on Friday because Sophia's here today. She won't be here tomorrow. Randy's in the chat. What's everybody playing? Oh, I don't know. What is everybody playing? I got those people playing Lebowski. The people sitting down behind my head here, right there, they're playing some old Williams motorcycle game. Moto USA? Something like that. I forget the name of it. And what do we have over on the other side? We've got someone's back there playing Royal Rumble. I don't know why this camera is always so blurry these days. Let's see if I can fix that from here. Nope, that's as unblurry as it wants to be for right now. Gonna have to do. And Sophia's over there playing Break Shot with a friend. And back on, I think you can see him back here, kind of way in the back, underneath where it says Pinballorama. Jacob is here. Jacob works for us sometimes on Mondays and Tuesdays when we're open. Always wanted a cocktail table video. Perhaps one day. I really like them. I've got 4 in here. I have behind the Big Lebowski in that little disco booth back there. We've got there's a Galaga back there, and then I've got this motocross one. Can we see over here? Yeah, the one here with the white chairs is that's Quicks. And then there's one more that's Kid Nicky. Hold on, this people coming to my table. I had more until the other day. We had a guy came in here, cleaned me out of the good plenties. Bought like 4 or 5 boxes of them. But yes. And it's listed under malt. She said, put it under malt. Are we going to keep running it?
Are you all done here?
Okay. Comes to 25.23. Go ahead. It's doing it. Can't hear it beep in here.
Thanks, man.
You want me to open that for you?
I think it says twist off.
Sometimes they twist off. There you go.
Thanks.
All right. Can you get that? You want me to get it for you? All right. All right. Spike, hey, Friday, hey. I think, isn't that the Norwegian version of saying Friday? Friday, hey. Galaga, yes. You have a great selection of drinks. Thanks. Yeah, we just brought in 5 new. Well, we restocked all of our Ramune, which is the Japanese marble drink that you have to pop the little marble out of. We got melon, lychee, original, grape, and orange. And I found another source for those today. They're actually, unfortunately, they're in BC, so shipping's a little much. But they have like cola flavored, and they have like all the flavors, pineapple, whatever. So I might be bringing in a bit more of those, which they're selling like crazy. People love them. So. Yeah, I'll have to bring. We got a bunch of chubby in, which are the little, almost round bottles from Trinidad. Look like that. We thought these would do really, really well, especially with the kids. We sold like almost none of them. So maybe in the summer we'll sell some. But I feel like they're little bottles. I feel like I should get like a little mini fridge just for our mini bottles. So I might do that. So I have limited space for drinks, and I don't want to have like those take up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces, and I don't want to take up 7 spaces for crap that doesn't sell. So if I can find like a little mini fridge with a glass front, I'll probably just buy it. We'll put some of the more unusual ones in there, and we can set it somewhere in here. I have no idea. Cocktail table. So I have 3 cocktail tables. One of them, the Galaga, the Quicks, and I have one more at home. I've told the story before, but I pulled all 3 of those out of a shed here on the island. The Galaga was a Galaga because it had the original control panels on it. It had a board in there. I don't think it worked. All the wires were a little rough because a squirrel had been living in there. So I basically just, it had a CRT in there. Well, it had half of a CRT in there. The tube was there, but everything else for the CRT was gone. and everything was pretty rough. So I just ripped I cleaned it all out, ripped it all out, sterilized it, and then painted it, and then repopulated it with stuff. So I have one more cabinet. The other one was Quick's. That's a Stern cabinet. I don't know what originally was in there. I think it might have been a Turtles or something, but I'm not sure. It looks like it's been through a bunch of different variations, and the board that was in there is actually a functioning Miss Pac-Man board. But I've got the arcade one-ups that hang on the wall that people play Pac-Man on, so I don't need another Pac-Man thing right now. So I pulled that, we put the Quicks in it. So I have one more, but I don't know what I'm going to put in it. It was a Gorf, but I think going through the effort of turning it into a Gorf will be kind of expensive. Like getting a functional Gorf board, I have one of the control panels for Gorf, the other side I'm missing. I think player 2 side I'm missing. So I have to track one of those down. And then Gorf really is not a great game. Like, I don't know. As a full arcade, I would play a Gorf, but I probably wouldn't play a Gorf sit down, because the Gorf arcade has the control stick thing with the trigger. But to play it with a joystick, I don't know. And it's just sort of like, I don't know. I never played Gorf that much when I was a kid. So, but I don't know what I'm going to turn that one into. Something that you don't see a whole lot of. Now, I don't have a Donkey Kong, and I need to get a Donkey Kong in here. It could be that. I also have a small arcade cabinet that I might turn into the Donkey Kong. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And what else is going on? What else? I haven't heard yet from Gorf's time has passed. Yeah. I like that Gorf backwards is frog. That's how I came up with the name. What should we call it? Frog. No, we can't call it frog. All right, reverse that. Gorf, good name. I haven't heard back on who will potentially be buying the building yet. She's doing the next Thursday is going to be the building inspection, and then last minute negotiations, and then everything will go through on the 28th. So we'll find out how that goes. I'm interested to see what her ideas are, because she does want to expand on the building, is what she told me. So I am going to go make another coffee. I will be right back in a moment. people over there playing my coin drop games next door. Ah, all right. Let's see. Okay, damn squirrels for us. Randy. Spike says, "Do I see a Canadian wearing shorts? Might be a Yankee spy." Hey, it's nice here today. It's 19 outside. I don't know how many Freedom units 19 is, but that's what it is here. It's 19 Canadian units, and that's a comfort, and it's really humid too, actually. So that helps. But last couple days, we actually had a heat warning here 2 days ago, and it was brutal. I actually stayed home. That was Wednesday, and I stayed home because I had to get caught up on accounting, and I just couldn't put it off. So I sat and I was going to work out in my workshop, but it was like 35 out there. I'm like, no. So I sat in the house where I had nice air conditioning, got my accounting all in order. And I guess the arcade stayed cool enough, but it was brutal next door at the pizza place, I guess. It was like 35, 36 over there. It's super humid. And he says, see some interesting lighting in there. Lighting where? In here? We're all about the crazy lighting. We've got strobes and lasers and changey LEDs, and you can't see the disco booth. Maybe in a minute I'll do Camera Safari Adventure Time and walk around. Do I go to any pin shows? When I lived in Vancouver, BC, I would go to the Tacoma show, which was fun. Last time I was there was right before the pandemic. And I was there actually for 3 days shooting film for a documentary that I'm working on. Which I haven't finished the documentary. I have lots and lots of footage. I just need to finish it. I need to do some follow-up interviews. And then it'll be kind of fun though, because it'll be like, a lot of it is talking to people who are just starting arcades. And it'll be interesting to see where they are 5 or 6 years later. So, and plus through the pandemic, because I was working on that the year before the pandemic. Then we moved here. So I probably have 5 or 6 arcades.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. And next time you'll get that giant chocolate bar, right? For that family that just left, the mom came up. They had 2 kids, 12, 13, somewhere around there. And one of the kids was going to buy something, and the other kid kind of wandered over. She's like, "Can I just run a tab?" I'm like, "Of course." And so we started a tab, and when the girl came up, I said, I gave her one of the 5-pound candy bars, and I said, "Walk over there and tell your mom I just got 1 candy bar." That's what she did. And mom's like, "What?" The subject pinball of the documentary, it's about 2 different things. It's about people who bought an arcade machine or a pinball machine and then did what I did before I opened the arcade, where you bought 1, then you bought 4, and then you bought 8, and then you had a whole basement full of them. And then a lot of those people who did that did what I did, where after they had a certain amount, they're like, we should just open a damn arcade. And then they went forward and opened an arcade. So that's kind of what the storyline is about. And I interviewed here.
I'll come sit here for a few minutes while Liz is playing.
So I interviewed collectors, and then I interviewed some arcade owners that kind of went that path. and just we sort of talk about what got them into it, what drove them to start collecting a whole bunch. I would never have had this many pinball machines had we not started the idea of doing the arcade. We would have had 8 or 12, and that would have been it. Because that's about how many fit in the area in our house when we started this whole nonsense. 40th Expo in Chicago. It's going to be a gigantic show.
Is that next year?
When is that?
The friends are just popping on that way.
I guess I could Google that. Chicago Pinball Expo 40th. Looks like it's in October.
No.
Cannot do it.
I'm seeing more like, oh no, kind of facial expressions.
We're talking about the Chicago Expo someone just mentioned is in the end of October, but I'll be in BC. Maybe, we talked about this. You go there, I'll go to BC for work, and then we'll meet up somewhere in Canada. Right?
October 15th to October 19th. That's what it is. Probably will not be going to that because Sophia works for the Canadian government in BC, and there's going to be an election around then, so she's got to go work on campaigns and stuff. So, and I probably wouldn't. I won't go. We did have the idea that during that time we would actually close the arcade for about a week, and then we'd have Jacob work a week or so. I would, at the end of her time in BC, I would fly over there. Then we would buy a car and drive back. When we moved here originally, we drove across Canada. It was awesome. It was right around the same time too. It was September. It was a nice trip, but we were in a bit of a rush. We wanted to get here because a hurricane had just flown over our house like a week earlier, and we also had animals in the back of the van. I had a parrot at the time. He has since passed away, but I had my parrot at the time. So it was one of those things like we didn't want to dick around for too long, like sightseeing and stuff. So we thought it'd be really cool to be able to make that trip again and just be able to stop, like in Drumheller, which is where the dinosaurs in Canada come from. That's in Alberta. I would love to spend like a day or two there just checking with the town. And a few other places along the way would have been fun. But we just kind of blew through. We basically drove 8, slapped. Stuck ball? No? Alright.
Stared at the candy,
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. I was on my own little
Did you see these? Rum and butter.
No, I'll play mine. I don't trust you.
Yeah. So anyway, my long rambling about that. If we end up doing that, I'll be flying over, get into, buy a car, come back, basically. Reset syndrome. You're listening to Orson Welles. Awesome. Smoke break.
I'm officially bad at that Quicks game, but that's gonna change. Yeah. I always like to risk it on the first go, just go straight up, and then whenever I get one of those, it's a serious run. So what happens to make it so that you get 2 of the sticks in?
Then yeah, I haven't cleared that screen yet.
Because that was level 2 for me.
No, it should be level 3. Has 2 of them.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought I made. Okay, maybe it is. I thought I just made it to level 2. I was like, why do I have 2 quicks now? This is too much.
We're gonna play quicks. All right, I'm gonna get the camera. I'll take it over and kind of point it at the screen. And we'll do Camera Safari Adventure Time with the quicks machine. We're gonna Camera Safari at quicks.
Big risks, big money.
So set it like this, and of course it's right in my way.
I was going to say, you won't be able to see that way unless you're going to play with lag.
We'll do it this way.
Oh, what if I don't? What if I don't? Oh, God.
Ah, death spiral.
Yeah, I like moved it the wrong way, and then it did like this little knot. I know, that was high.
All right.
Alright, actual game. 2-player?
Yeah. You have to wait a second until it passes this screen. All right, go.
Oh my goodness. Can't even get a corner. You ever make a little cage for it?
Yeah, that's my new thing.
And then you just close it. Never thought of that, making an area and then just doing a short raid.
That was risky. Ah.
You almost fired yourself.
Oh, man.
So risky.
I knew that was gonna happen. I saw that 2 more sparks came out, so I was like, "Oh, I gotta do this quick."
I can get this one. Pick a side, pick a side. Oh no.
Oh, that's close.
Yeah, that
There you
works.
Oh, so close.
I'm gonna say that's getting risky.
Oh.
Jeez, that thing's going fast. Oh my god.
Gotcha.
With the spark and everything in the way, I couldn't get past. Oh, you're
Dude, get away from me.
right? You're making a maze.
Oh my god.
You can trap that. That's gotta be 70. I was like, if you try to cut it this way.
All right, let's see if I haven't passed one of these yet.
Good.
And he's like, we're playing for you roughly how much
I'll tell you a funny story about my
Wait,
dad crossing the border.
If you separate
down with
them?
my
I guess so.
brother-in-law,
That's
and you
kinda
can get
cool.
those real big.
because I guess it has nowhere to fill in.
Beer, and so they're coming back up across the border. And
Oh, the strategy just changed.
Bring back any alcohol or tobacco or anything, and my dad's like,
Okay, that's kind of nice.
Like,
3 times original value.
beer.
So if I get a
Dad
big
pulls out
bonus
these
then,
giant, I don't know if they were a novelty thing, but they're
it's gonna be.
giant cans of beer.
God, get away from me.
And the guy was laughing so hard, he was like waving them through.
Oh, then I know what to do next time. So you're not supposed to drive in here, but I'm supposed to drive.
I know one time I.
Nothing I could do about it.
When I was younger, and I bought a bottle.
Still not my best score though.
I thought, for some reason, I thought I got that score. I was like, I didn't do that good, but it was at the top, so I was thinking it had to be me.
It only remember. Oh,
You don't want to
almost
do
put it.
paperwork. You shouldn't bring it up if you're on
It only remembers the highest score after you turn it off and on again,
Well,
and
Oh,
it doesn't
it's like
remember the
Java?
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was. We had 3 guys came in last week or
your
something.
cards
I
stamped
showed them
first?
this game,
Not yet. We have a tab.
and actually they were in a few weeks ago. I showed them this game. Then they came in last week and sat down here and just started playing.
Yeah.
And they played it for like an hour.
No, we
And,
have these cards where
Then they, at some point, they came over. They were like, "We just got the high score."
Oh, really? That's not gonna stand.
Right. We got this tiny little stamp to go with them. It's this little, so that people couldn't just.
What was that, 68%?
So we had initially got these cards, and we didn't realize they were glossy, and so we couldn't put a stamp on them. So what we did was we punched them and kept them here, but then we had too many stamps or too many cards, so we switched over to the matte cards, and we're just like, you keep
Yeah,
them,
just finish that
you know,
one.
Well, yes, plus it maybe it's
right? And you're not allowed to put any cards together because it's one.
Oh, that's weird.
What-
Oh yeah, you just fixed that screen. I'm sorry.
And then you can't put your cards together.
Oh
There are
my
certain
god.
things where I have, there are certain places where they're going, okay, yeah, you can
Where am I in this mess?
put your cards together.
You could draw pictures on this.
Well, I think
Etchy sketch.
Hold on, I'm
Yeah,
gonna give
exactly.
this to Jacob.
Come on, draw dogs.
Since the two of you are playing, Jacob, you should put this one on.
What's this?
It's a microphone. Unzip your jacket a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can chat.
Oh, I'm a
And everybody can
professional.
hear you, so-
Oh my god. I'm so nervous.
You're a professional streamer now.
Don't you know? Twitch gets half my money. Come on.
We're playing a game. I should start a Twitch stream.
That, I know, I make some money off it. Ah. I did a little bit of streaming one time playing RuneScape. Got like 6 people following me, and I was like, it's been 2 months. I think I'm done.
Ah. Humbug.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
You all done? You doing another?
I'll do one more. Yeah.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Just like the play.
I'm completely neglecting chat. I'm very sorry. After this game, I'll get back
He's
there.
not.
We'll catch up on
I
the
swear he's
chats.
playing games.
Whoa, what was that?
Just risking it, you know, always. Come on. I'll take it.
This next game, I'm going to try to trap that in the smallest space I possibly can. There is a trick.
I
I've
thought
been
it was
meaning
going
to
in there.
try. There's a trick that you can do with a swirly thing, and it traps.
It gets hooked in it or something?
Yeah, the little sparks. They get trapped in it, and then they can't do anything.
Okay. Ah,
Humbug.
you gotta look both ways.
Stuck ball? It's back there.
Sorry, I lost really quick. I didn't give you a chance. Now you're just playing with it.
It's in the juggler. Let me try and give it a. Oh. You've locked the ball. No, she locked the ball. Yeah, so it's back in the back.
Oh crap. Ah, I was like, friggin', I'll just cut this whole section out. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you can do it. Good try.
Let's try
Good
it.
try.
I'm gonna try to get him right there.
I got like 10 more
All right.
minutes.
Put this back.
I still think this thing is so cool. This little rifle game.
Yeah, I want
It's so
more.
dinky.
More.
More of like this style.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to find more of these things.
All my instincts wants to be able to lift it and move it.
That's the birds.
And the force feedback on it's really nice. Are the birds acting up lately?
I had it fixed, and then the gear is slipping again.
Where am I aiming?
Birds again.
They got to be up there somewhere, right? Just the noise. Dang. Yeah, right. Oh, then birds again. Dang. It's such a great pickup game. It reminds me so much of that thing that was at Rainbow Valley. They had all the I don't know what it was. It was like a bridge of people, and they had like kegs and stuff around. You just shoot random stuff, and they'd shoot you squirt guns and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Those are light guns.
Yeah.
They shoot a little strobe light kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if you want to make the whole thing go nuts, you take the strobe off of a camera, and you
I
shoot
never
it,
got
and
that
everything
hectic.
goes crazy.
Can you imagine? The poor people working at that place would have a hard time. I might do one more of the Starship Troopers, then I think I gotta head out.
Do I take the? I'm gonna take.
Oh
the
yeah,
stick.
jeez. Sorry.
I would have walked out with that.
All right. I'm back. Here I is. All right, let's go. I'm gonna go way back. Let's see. All right, I think the last was Reset was taking a smoke break. All right, so Randy says Pinball in Ohio, TFS in Frisco, Texas was great, a real hobbyist show. Steve, hello Steve. Do you have Roadshow by Williams? I do. It's right over there. Damn Vancouver. The heads are just the worst. Reset says, who plays very similar to that Windows 95 game where you box the bouncing dog? I don't remember that. Outlane says, I watched the Starship Troopers vid. Nice find with a coil. But that was so nuts. Like, I have never, ever seen that. Where, I mean, usually if a coil or something in a switch matrix or a light matrix gets disconnected, it just crap doesn't work, right? It's like that leg of the matrix doesn't work. I have never ever seen it where it kills the entire game. If one wire out of that matrix of coils was disconnected and the whole thing shits itself. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, who programmed that? Stupid idiots, man. Yeah, that was crazy. And I couldn't, like, I had been in there so many times and the wire that was disconnected, so it had vibrated so much that the metal of the wire, the braid, the strands, had completely disconnected. But the insulation of the wire was melted and stuck to the wire next to it. So you had this part that was disconnected sometimes. So originally when I went to troubleshoot it, you start a game, no coils work at all, none of the coils. 20 volt, 50 volt, neither of them work. So of course the first thing you do is you go into the coil paths and you fire off all the coils, and they were working because that wire was disconnected, but it was touching sometimes. So sometimes it just acted erratically, like 20 volt worked, 50 volt worked perfectly fine. And then I checked them recently, the other day when I was working on it, I checked it again. None of the 20 volt worked. The 50 volt was perfectly fine. When you start a game, neither of them work. And none of the switches work. Nothing stuck. It's just, crazy. Never seen it before. But yeah, anyway. Reset says Embargo Tangerines was the name of my Dolly Parton cover band. That was a great band, too. Really good band. What the heck is Sophie talking about? I don't know. I was over there playing. Guest host. Yes, that's Jacob. We'll see more of Jacob. Canadian money isn't real. Those coins don't work in pinball machines at all. They work on our pinball machines. Maybe your coins aren't real. Maybe your pinball machines aren't real. Reset says, I found the 6 Alien movies on DVD for $5 and I got the cell for $1 or something. The cell? That was the, who was in that? Jenny from the Block. She was in that, right? And they go into like the psychopath's mind. I remember when the ad for that came out, it was very surreal, like surreal horror in the ad and the trailers for it. I was like, this looks really cool. And I went to go see it and I was so pissed off. I was like, this movie is so terrible. I guess I was expecting more. And then I watched it a few years later and I was like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Maybe I was just pissed off that I paid so much money to see it. It's a great movie for free. Reset says, how do I feel about Novus 2? The same I do as Novus 1 and 3. I use it occasionally. I don't use it very often. A lot of people, I have a constant argument about Novus, is that a lot of people use it as a cleaner, and it is not a cleaner, it is a polish. And so we have to think of it as that. I can't even imagine these people that are using it on their machines, like, every couple of months, just to clean the black gunk that... So what I found, if you do not wax the machine, it stays cleaner a lot longer. The playfield doesn't get nearly as dirty if you don't wax it. And from what I can tell, in doing this for a while and experimenting with a bunch of stuff, I find no benefit of using wax. I don't think it makes the ball go faster. It doesn't slide, or like you hit it just right and you can add a little bit of English to it, like a bowling ball. Like, it doesn't do it. To me, wax doesn't really do it. Possibly, it can help preserve some older playfields, just kind of a little thin layer of protection, but I don't think it's that significant. So, plus, then the wax gets dirty and gross because it catches all of the free floating carbon that's in the machine from the solenoids. So, and the switches rather. So then it binds with that carbon. Everything binds into the wax, and it just gets dirty and gross, right? But if you don't use it, you don't have to worry about it. So really, on a playfield, just for standard maintenance stuff, I use a rag and I use napkin, and that's it. I just go through the machines, wipe them off. I don't go through the machines like on a routine basis.
I said, talk to you later. I got to
Hold on a second.
take her easy. Have a great night, man. Take
All right, I'll see you later. If I have to go into a machine and work on it for a little bit, then I'll pull the glass off of it, and that's when I kind of wipe down the whole thing. And then I kind of go through and look at them and kind of check them and make sure that nothing obvious is broken. I probably should go through and play every single machine in here more often, but I don't. If I do notice that a machine is specifically dirty, then I will take the glass off it and clean it. I'll clean the rubber and I'll rotate the rubbers around. So, like, especially like slingshot rubbers where you have the sharper corners, if you rotate that around, they last a little bit longer. Same with flipper rubbers, although I'm moving more and more to the silicone flipper rubber over rubber. They seem to last longer, and they wipe clean really nice. But so Novus 2, great if you want to polish up a playfield. Crap if you just are doing a random cleaning. I don't think you need it. So that's my short answer. You should hear my long answer. I think Rebecca is at a Wham concert tonight. What was Wham's big shirt? Was their Frankie Goes to Hollywood had the big shirt that said relax. Wham had the big shirt that said, like, choose life? Is that what it was? Something like that. I don't know. Saw Jim Blossom yesterday in Milwaukee. I didn't know they were still doing stuff. Spike says, I hope she has protection with her. Mostly ear protection. Oh, I missed one. Force feedback wasn't in my Bill Cosby cover band. That's a good one. Al Lane says, I don't know how to pronounce that. Mergiles wax? I have some of that wax. I used some of that wax. I now no longer use any wax. You're a firm P21S advocate. I don't think there's a better wax for new machines. The last wax I was using I think it was made by, I forget the name of the company. But it was mostly, you can't have a pure Caranuba wax because that would be like a rock. You'd have to melt it. So they have additives in it. So it's just basically that. It's mostly pure. And I used it for a while, but I just found that I need to hear a really good argument on and really good evidence for the benefit of using wax over not, because I've not seen a positive use for it. Risa says, I like Mother's Caranuba on older non-clear coats. Wax or paste is good. Spike says, oh wait, this isn't the body hair channel, is it? Yes, it is. Yeah. Body hair. We'll all be showing off our body hair later. Naphtha. Naphtha for the win. Naphtha fixes everything. I use it for so much stuff in a pinball machine. And I like that it just evaporates really, really quickly. And I have yet to find anything that naphtha damages. No paints, no plastics. There are some score reels. I think they're the old like Valleys or there's a couple that pretty much water will take the paint off of them at this point. And so yeah, so naphtha would kind of wreck those, but maybe it won't. I don't know. I guess the only thing I wouldn't use it on, I have given up on doing anything with back glasses. So when I get a back glass, if it's a little bit flaky, I don't touch it. I spray it with a clear coat and leave it alone. If it isn't flaky, but there's like a bunch of like yellowy kind of old cigarette smoke stuff on it, I don't even clean it off. I messed up I think it was my lightning. It was either my flash or my lightning glass. It was a little yellow, and I was like, oh, I'll clean it off. And I cleaned it off, and I took a bunch of paint off. It's actually on video, too. Like, yay. Steve says, looking at a Mary Shelley Frankenstein by Sega, what do you think of the game? I don't have a whole lot of time. I played it like once, but I don't have a whole lot of time behind it. I don't really have an opinion of it. I think it's fun like all of the Sega games. Sega games are cool. So far, all of them I played have been okay. I had a Lost World, and Starship Troopers and Lost World look great next to each other because they have the big showcase back box on them. The thing that I didn't like about Lost World is that thing broke all the time. It was just constantly, I had the glass off the thing. I never worked on the machine so much. Just little fiddly stuff. There's a single target that's off. It's one of their weird little modular targets, and it's off to one side, off to the left side, if I remember. And there's a I can't remember. I think there's an orbit, and then the target, and then up to a ramp or something maybe. It's kind of just sitting out off to itself. I had that game in a candy store in DC, and it seemed like every time I would stop by, there was always something wrong with it, and that it was only there for 3 months, maybe 4 months. That one single target broke 3 times, I think. Like it was like once a month that target was breaking. It's the exact same targets that are in Starship Troopers, but I've replaced 2 of those since we've opened. So 2 in basically 2 years. Yeah. The egg had problems. The vertical upkick out of the egg, if I remember, that was always having problems. That was always needing tweaking and adjustment. The target was always breaking. Filthy game. I don't know what was going on with that, but it got dirty so quick. And actually, now that I think about it, Starship Troopers gets a little dirtier than all the other ones too. So it's something about maybe the contact points on their switches that they use are a little bit different or something. I don't know. Teresa says, I don't understand that you can clearly tell the difference between a freshly waxed game and a non. I can't tell the difference. They seem the same to me. And I don't know what the physics are that would make the ball do anything more significant in such a small area. Like, I can understand like a waxed, like bowling lane, right? Like long, you want it as smooth and as perfect as possible. So you wax and you do a heavy, nice coat on a long bowling lane where the ball has significant travel time. But it's something where it's only got a travel time of, what, 2.5 feet? And it's a metal ball. I don't know. Haven't seen it. It'd be an interesting experiment, though. I don't know how you would test it. Like, what kind of test bed could you set up? You'd have to have something that would fire a ball at a certain speed, and then you could wax the surface, fire the ball. Yeah, I don't know how you would test that. I'm gonna think about that. I've been wanting to make a test bed for various things. I wanted to set up something that fired a ball at a target repeatedly, something that I could measure so that I could set up like a regular target and then try a couple of 3D printed things with different types of plastics just to see how much longer it would last. Same with, I wanted to try something with paint, different types of paint, just to see if one shot is as durable as, I think one shot paint is as durable as something with an automotive clear coat. But how do you test that? You'd have to have something that would run a ball across it repeatedly so you could get some wear going. I'm going to have to think about that, because maybe we can make a test bed that fires the ball. We'd have to measure it. We could measure it with a speed camera, with a high frame rate camera to see how fast the ball is going. I don't think you can. I think that the times would be so short it would be hardly measurable. I don't know. Whatever. I'll think about it. I imagine that egg is very similar to the alien on Independence Day. I haven't worked on Independence Day. I don't know. Black rubber is probably. Yeah, but all of those have been since removed. Switch over to silicone. That's what she said.
So I'm basically not this away.
You need to get one of those split balls from Back Alley Creations so you can monitor its spin as well. Split balls? They have like a bi-colored ball? I'm bi-curious. Let me look at that. Back Alley Creations. All right, let me look this up. All right, let's look this up. Pinball mods, Black Pearl pinballs, other products. Black pinball. Oh, there you go. So I have some of these. Like, I have like an 8-ball. I have maybe a star like this one. I didn't know that these were the guys that made them. Yeah, those would be kind of cool. What else do they have? Pinball mods. What? Big Lebowski pinball mods. Gold pinball. Bowling ball swirl launch mod. What's this? Oh. That's your launch button. Got it. Okay. Sorry. I'm a little slow sometimes. What else do we have here? Fish Tales, Food Fighters, Ghostbusters, Halloween. Valhalla mods? Yeah, pass. Why does nobody make mods for Volley or Palooka? Royal Flush mods. Special shooter for Royal Flush. It's 9 o'clock. 9:15. All right, so we're gonna start our date night special now. We'll see if we get any people in. I'm going to be right back. I just realized something. Tell that Zacarian fans. I have a Zacarian pin, but I have a Supersonic. Not Hero. Single player game. Gorgeous game. I need to bring that in here. It was glitchy. The saucer. I think it's actually a switch positioning problem that when it lands in the saucer, it wouldn't kick it out, if I remember. And I think because the switch that does that, I had to adjust it a whole bunch of times and I could never get it to work quite right. It would work, but then it would stop working. And sometimes it wouldn't, the solenoid fire to kick it out would not work, or it would work all the time. And I think what it is at the end of the day, I need to take all of those switches apart and rebuild the switching mechanism, the plastic piece, get that all cleaned up and everything. Because I think that it kind of was sitting, it would fall out of whack a little bit. Okay, I need to look up something really quick because we were going to have pizza tonight, but we have to go get it before it close. But I forget when they close. I am Googling. That's my live stream now. I just Google stuff. Alright, where is it? We should be having pizza next door, but we're not. Alright, they close at 11. So we need to one of us needs to go over there at 10. Got it. Alright. It's actually the pizza place is they do this that build your own kind of thing where you get across and then you just go down the line like a Subway's. You're like, I'll have some of that, some of that, some of that, some of that, and then this place has like a fake wood oven, so I think it runs off propane, but it's big open like a proper wood burning oven. And yeah, it works really well. Yeah. Zacarian Magic Castle has a neon tube behind the back glass. Yeah, you know, my problem with those games is, what's the name of the one? Pinball Ching? Yeah, this one, Pinball Champ. I would love to have one of these. It's really an interesting game. It has this upper play field that's clear. It does something wacky too. I forget what it is. Also, it's just gorgeous. Like the colors are amazing. The back glass is cool. It's like total, like, you know, late 70s kind of thing. It says 82, but it's definitely like a late 70s sort of thing. Here's the upper play field. Maybe I'm thinking of another one too. This one definitely I would like to have. Let's look at their other games. These look identical, don't they? Might have been this one that I played. I don't remember it saying 82 on it. Let's go back. Magic Castle. Yeah, I know this game. Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine about these that one of these had come up. It might have been the Pinball Champ. It had come up for sale. And I don't know anything about these Generation 2 MPUs. And so a friend of mine who works on pinball machines, I asked him about them. And I think he told me that there's some unobtainium chips on there. So when they go, you have to find another one and scrap it. And that makes me a little bit nervous. Like maybe for a collector thing where you've got it in your house and it's not getting hammered. But I was buying for the arcade and I didn't want to get stuck with something that when it broke, it could be a hassle to repair. So that's why I've kind of avoided those. Black belt. Cool. And the neon. I have neon on my Strange Science. It has neon on the top of the back box, which is pretty cool. I have to get that working too. That's a switch matrix problem on that machine. And I actually think it's on the connector on the board. I need to pull the board. I just haven't had time to do it. Yeah, two different versions. Yeah. Soccer King. Actually, what is that one? Soccer King. Here, I'll come and browse with me. Soccer Kings. This doesn't. I don't think I played this one. It doesn't look familiar. What does it have on it? It has 5 flippers, 1 on upper, bonus ball. None of this sounds familiar. want a freaking Jungle Princess. I passed on the opportunity twice. I don't want Jungle Queen, but I'd settle for one. Spike says, I had a Jungle Princess once. It did not go well. Lisa said, I heard, yeah, we heard the same from her. There's a guy that's bigger than Sicaria Pins that sells parts of novelties. Haven't changed since the entire set. Soccer King looks cool. Yeah, it's an interesting looking game. Oh, there's a zone hole. There's a zone hole. That's what she said. I don't have a lot of machines on my wish list right now. Now that we have Lebowski, we were talking about. We mentioned this, I think, on a stream before. We talked about once a year we want to get one new machine outside of the the 10 or so machines that we buy a year so far. I'll pick up something if it's interesting that it comes along, or if it's a deal that I can't pass up kind of thing, like buying that Playboy for $400 or whatever I bought it for. Or the little cocktail tables that I bought. I think I bought all of those for just a few $100. So we wanted to buy one new one a year, like brand new pinball machine. But I was kind of leaning towards Galactic Tank Force. But I think what we're gonna do, what will go over really well for our customers in here, would be a Wizard of Oz. So that's where it's a little higher price game than some of the other ones that you can get, but I think that will get a lot of love in this arcade with our customers. So that's what we're going to look for. That's going to be our purchase probably. Well, I think we'll wait until after summer. This summer we're so busy. I don't really have time. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time kind of dicking around trying to find a game and going to get it. And that. So probably after summer we'll start looking at that. But Sophia really likes that game. I played a bit of it, and it's interesting game. I haven't played enough of it to get into it, but it's pretty, and I think that people would really like the theme here, and that I did notice that it was one of those games that if you don't know what you're shooting for, you just knock the ball around, and you can make things happen, and that's important for the customers that come in here. Is just, I have 70% of the people that come in don't play a lot of pinball, and so making things happen on the play field where they just can accidentally make things happen is important in a game. So yeah, big beautiful game too. So yeah. I would like to get it dialed in. I played that a little bit, and I really enjoyed that one. I thought that one was a lot of fun. I don't have any Jersey Jack games yet. Played. I'm trying to think of what the other Jersey Jack one that I played. Wonka, I think I played, but it didn't do a whole lot for me. All right, let's see. Reset says CSI. What an underrated game. I don't know CSI. I don't know if I played that one. Here, come and browse the internet with me. Sometimes I have to look at these to look at the playfield, because I may not remember the name of the game. Like if I played it, like at a show or something. No, I haven't played this one. What is this one? Stern 2008. That's a Lawler game.
Paramedics were generally okay. Now,
I'll have to see if I can find one to play. Iron Galactus. Hello. I just got my first EM Aztec. Great. Aztec's a fun game. It's a cute game. Your videos helped me fix some of the score rails issues. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's fantastic. They're, yeah, as long as you just kind of be careful on some of the old ones that you don't wipe the ink off of them. It's kind of hard to, they're pretty easy to take apart and put back together again, but the first time could be a little daunting. Steve says, I picked up Soccer King, Pokerino, and a Time Warp for 1,100 a couple months ago, all working. That's a hell of a deal. Pokerino, what's that? I know the other two. Well, I didn't know Soccer Kings, but...
I felt sorry for him.
Pokerino. Oh, here. Come surf the web with me. That's what we do now on my stream. We just surf the web. Yeah, probably for another... Hold, please. Another half an hour. I'm just surfing the web. We're talking about pinball machines, and I'm looking at pinball machines. So we're just browsing the web. That's you know, professional stream stuff. You know. Let's see. All right, playfield, upper playfield. Well, that's cool with all those cat. This doesn't ring a bell. That's a wide machine, though. This has to be like Stellar Wars era, right? This is where the playfield basically it's so wide it looks like a square. The playfield doesn't look familiar. This captive ball thing that you gotta whack these things, that's pretty cool. This doesn't really look familiar, but this weird chromio looking thing with the legs and stuff, this I recognize. Yeah. So what is this? This is System 4. Yeah, Stellar Wars. There you go. Yeah. I have one of these. And it is. It looks almost square because it's so wide. I have to get my Stellar Wars in here. Actually, I have a Stellar Wars. I have a James Bond 007. I have a Panthera, Gottlieb Panthera, and one other of the wide bodies. A Genie. There's one more. I can't remember what it is now. I'm trying to think, is there a way that you can search by a super wide body? Speciality under here is wide body, but I don't think there's a way that I could just say, oh, here we go. Wide body. No system. Just wide bodies. All right, search. By manufacturer, so it's not that, it's not none of those. I have a Royal Rumble, but that's not it, because that's not super wide body. There's Genie, James Bond 007, Panthera. I didn't realize Punk was a wide body. I want a roller disco really bad. Roller disco's fun. Volcano, that's it. That's the other one that I have. The other wide body.
That's also something that you just.
What else is here?
This is also where you have to.
Well, I had a Batman Forever, but I got rid of it because it was problematic. I would love to get to Orbiter. Such a weird game. Not very good for home use, but I think for an arcade, Orbiter would do really, really well because it's such a weird thing to play because the ball does like these. You don't realize how the playfield is all molded. So when the ball goes back behind the flipper and then circles back around to be in front of the flipper because of the way that the plastic is molded, the first time you're playing it, you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And then with the spinny pop bumper, the non-pop bumper spinny target things, and the thing kind of rotates around, it's just weird, right? It's just a fun game. Although I have heard they are not the most fun thing to work on, just because of the way that it's all separated out. Yeah, but I really want one of those. I didn't realize that was a wide body. What else here? Stellar Wars. I have. Yeah, I must have been thinking. I didn't think that Volcano wasn't the one I was thinking about. I was thinking it was a Williams, but yeah. Yeah, so that's those are the ultra wide bodies that I have right now. Let's see, back where we are. Okay, so Reset says Pat Lawler Stern. Spike, did you hear about the girl who backed her in an airplane propeller? Just asked her. Says the kids will love it. Pokerino is huge, wide body. And Spike says, oddly enough, wide body was the name my Booty and the Blowfish cover band. That was a good cover band too. Interconnect board era. Yeah, I don't like those. But I have Flash, I have one of those. Laser ball. Laser ball started as a bowling machine. Alright, I gotta look at laser ball. That doesn't ring the bell. I've seen this game. I've seen it. I don't think I've played it.
Player 2, you're up.
Pyramid-shaped rollovers were supposed to be bowling pins. Okay, close up. Oh, got it. Yeah. Yeah, there's actually on here the pre-production shows. It was called Williams Lanes. Look at this mustache boy. And this guy over here. Hello. She's like, hi. What's going on with this guy in the corner? I love this back glass. This guy here. Can you guys see my pointer when I'm actually pointing at? I don't know if you can or not. So we have this Smokey and the Bandit dude in the middle, and then the blonde girl on the right side, and then this guy up above the blonde girl in the red shirt, like going. Arr! And then the other guy, he's like, and this guy off to the far left side, sticking his tongue out. I love this back glass. The creepy stalker guy in the top right. Everything is perfect about this back glass. I love it so much. Doesn't look like no pre-production playfield. Someone needs to retheme one. Bring back what was it called? Williams Lanes. This guy in the red shirt needs to be like the mascot of it. That's awesome. Hook started out as a Universal theme park game. That's interesting. Best back glass ever. That is. I if anything, I need to. Now it's my goal to get one of those back glasses just to frame and hang on the wall. That's just amazing. I'll have to call it CPR. They're over in Halifax. I think CPR's in Halifax. And tell them you got to make one of these. Ron Jeremy on the far right. All right, this one in the blue. Yeah, it very possibly could be Ron Jeremy. I'm loving the guy with the black hair to the left of Smokey and the bandit guy in the middle. Why can't I remember that actor's name? Burt Reynolds, buddy in the middle, and then this guy over here, he looks like Chachi from Happy Days. Oh, that's hilarious. I feel it's free.
I love them. They are an ideal replacement for zingy zaps.
They're just okay.
I am a huge fan of compacted sugar.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I got anything new. I got these in. I had never had Jersey milk, so I got some of these in just trying this chocolate.
They're good.
They're fine.
Yeah, they're good. I think you got great Pop Shop.
The Great Pop Shop. Yeah,
Yeah.
God, I was looking for that for so long.
Where did you get that at? Is it local or?
Yeah, I have a guy who brings by my covered bridge
Covered bridge,
chips,
okay.
and he does the pop shop stuff too.
Nice.
And then the sour pickles we got in. Which are
Sour.
Warhead sour pickle.
Oh my god.
It was it needed, like, if it were dill sour pickle, it would have been, but it's like totally devoid of dill. So it's basically just vinegar crunch is basically all it is. It was just sort of like, didn't do a whole lot for me.
You need a new card. I think I do. I have a lot, but those ones are all full.
And you don't have a card, do you? You don't even have
No,
one.
he
do you?
doesn't let me have one.
All right, so
You need a card.
I will go against the things and we'll double stamp it.
Oh,
I
You'll
do.
you'll be the keeper of the stamp.
I do appreciate it.
Unless you want your own card.
Saves your cards.
All right.
I carry the cards.
yeah, you will
Oh.
always carry.
I'm a proud card carrying sevens pinball pinner.
Thank you.
There you
Oh,
go.
my
Excited.
wafers.
All right, you all set?
Yes, all set.
4115.
Good. Got all? Your car broke?
The car needs some attention. Yeah, so we're gonna hobble it up here. We found there's a car shop that's just down the street.
Yep.
Central Auto. They're just a few minutes up the street here. We had our brakes were acting kind of funny, and I called them up, and they were like, "Yeah, we could at least put it up on the rack and see if there's anything major going on right now." And
Yeah.
really nice guys, and then I took it back to them later, and they went through the whole thing. But we're gonna see if we can get the hybrid to last us at least another year.
Yeah.
Then that'll be good. You know, it needs brakes. It has winter tires on, and the fronts are blown. They're gone. Okay, they just fall. Backs are fine, but and then I have a whole set of tires, brand new summer tires, all seasons on the factory rims.
Right.
So I don't think the car is going to be much longer than a year, right? This is the one that is mashed from getting the Coyote.
Yeah, from the Coyote, yeah.
And I never got that fixed. So what we're thinking of doing is if they say, yeah, you'll be fine for another year, we'll get 2 new tires, we'll sell the other brand new ones and the factory rims.
Yeah.
We'll put the brakes on it, and we'll just park it in places, and hopefully someone will run into it. That's,
Make sure the insurance is all up to date. And
insurance is up to date. I just have to find like the riskiest place to park the car.
I mean, every
Charlotte.
roundabout from here to Wood Islands is
I'll just get in roundabouts and just drive around in circles until someone finally runs into me.
We've both been hit in this one.
Have you?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. I'll do that. I'll just
And I was hit in May
don't
Point as
tell
well.
Sophia, but
The-
I'll
Third one that way too. Hit two. Yeah.
I'll just
I
get
mean-
into it and drive around 3 or 4 times. I'll go there. I'll
Yeah.
come up here. I'll
Yeah.
go back
And they
there.
go
I'll
all
come
the way
up
to the
here. I'll
third
just
one
keep
and
going
come
back.
off.
So easy for you.
Like,
There's 3. I could do 1, 2, 3. Yeah,
it's like
perfect.
no joke, man. Like,
Yeah.
I bought a brand new Tacoma. I had 3,400 kilometers on the odometer when I got hit at the May Point.
That was the
Africa.
first.
And
That one
then
first.
less than 6,000 kilometers later, this one.
Wow. Yeah, I'll just drive the
That's all you
roundabout
gotta
for a
do.
while, and
Yeah.
Hopefully
Take the scenic
someone-
route.
hopefully someone
Summer season's
takes it out.
coming, so the tourists are I get to play tourists.
Right.
No guy should have known better from Ontario. They do have it there. Anyway.
Yeah.
know.
I've actually been really lucky on the roundabouts. I haven't even had any close calls, so I must be due. So I just
Oh yeah, there you go.
drive
at least-
that hybrid until
At least they're all relatively low speed.
You probably won't get hurt.
Yeah.
You can't hurt.
You moved here after, this was always a roundabout when you moved here, right?
as far as I know.
Yeah, that used to be traffic lights.
Yeah.
And there were a number of times where heading to work, the light has been green for me in a long time, and 80 kilometers an hour right through on the highway going to town. And I came across an accident one time there, the car was on its side. That probably won't happen in a roundabout.
Right.
If something bad has to happen for that to happen, right? But traffic lights, I run a traffic light at 80 kilometers an hour, and somebody's getting hurt. It doesn't happen in roundabouts. So,
I was going to ask you,
Yeah.
the shop that you're in now, how many square feet is that?
So we have, I think it's 22.
Okay.
Because we split it, right? So we own the whole building. And we moved the store next to Best Buy. It was a bulk food place. That's where it was for a while.
Okay.
And then it was like $12,000 a month there.
I looked at that space. I was like, this would be a nice space, and then I looked around. And I was like, I can't afford this.
It's like $12 a square foot. It's 5,000 square feet in there.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So
And the fact that it's been empty for so long, and there was a building down the street that's a pet store now.
Yep,
That was
Friends.
empty for 3 years.
yeah, it was.
And so it's like, there's got to be something wrong with either the management or the price.
It's the price. It's like it's so expensive. And the place that was in there was a bulk food place. And when they expanded just before COVID hit. And they only had 3 stores. They expanded here and then stopped paying rent, and then they changed the laws. So all their stuff was just cleared out of there. So anyway, so we split that. We moved that lease to Oshawa, Ontario, and then we split our inventory and split our fixtures. So we have half of the fixtures from Stratford. So we had leased out the other space in Stratford to a massage therapy place and a cafe. And then he retired.
Like both? Like have a
Yep.
eat a sandwich, get a massage?
Sort of. Maybe before or after. Not at the
I'd be
same
down
time.
for that.
Not at the same time. It's weird.
You like through the hole in the bed, and you're like, "Round, round, round, round."
Bite. Drink, please. Big straw. That would be funny. So then
That's right.
he retired, moved to Alberta, and then Reactive Health took over, and they're not a cafe person. They're a health place. So they tried to run the cafe. It wasn't going very well. So then they sublet the cafe to a guy out of Montague called the Lucky Bean.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lucky Bean was in the cafe part, sublet from Reactive Health.
That's the building you're in?
Yep.
Where the Lucky Bean is?
Yep.
All right, I know exactly where you are.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And then, so after Lucky Bean took it over, Reactive built 2 buildings, one out by Kent Building Supplies and one by the Petro-Canada in Stratford. And they're like, we don't need this anymore. So then we worked out a deal with the Lucky Bean where he has his cafe, and then what used to be the yoga area, which would be a little bit smaller than this space, he took that over and he sublet that to an after-school program. So Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. till 6, there's kids in there. On weekends, he can run open mics, he can have live music, and from
This is
7
the
a.m.
Lucky Bean
Yep.
guy has control of that?
Yep.
Okay.
And from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., he can run, he has extra space for his cafe. So it worked out really well. And in the summer, the after school program doesn't run, so he's got full use of that other space.
Right.
Yep. And there's a couple of offices in the back too that were the massage rooms.
But the hobby store,
It takes up the entire back of the building. So when you look at it on their Google Maps, you see like this little jut out on the right.
Okay.
That is, that's the garage. So the retail store is from the garage all the way to the other end. So it's just a long,
Off to the side of the building.
Yeah.
We're going to it.
yeah.
To the side.
And then we have offices that, it's like an L shape. So when you go in the door, you go right to go into the retail shop. It was just a long, I'm going to say 20 feet by 80 feet, I think.
okay.
And then the bottom of the L goes towards the front of the building, and that's another good amount of space too. It's all offices, a boardroom, and a kitchen. Yeah, it's a big building, but it's all since it was like when it was Great Hobbies, it was awesome. The whole back was shipping and receiving on the right hand side. Left hand side was a full warehouse because we used to ship out of there. Now we don't. And then the whole front of the building was there was a workshop and then retail, and that was all us. And then the garage was shipping and receiving, which still is. Yeah, that's the building. And I walked by Nimrod's, and I saw you mentioned that you looked at Nimrod's, the old Nimrod's KFC building as a potential. I was like, ooh. What's that?
I looked at it for about a half a minute until I figured out I couldn't get into the space.
It's not too bad. Like most of your traffic is going to be turning right to go either back into Charlottetown or whatever. But you get off St. John Avenue or Road or whatever, which will be extended up to Glen Stewart Drive with a roundabout. They're working on that right now.
Right.
So all that dirt that you pass by every day, that's right behind our building. We used to have an RC car track there until one day we got there and the RC car track was half gone.
Oh, no.
They dug it all. It wasn't on our property. We were just
Right.
like, it's an
Goofing
empty
around,
field,
yeah.
so we just extended it. Right? What are you gonna do? It's just dirt. So
Yeah, no, I tried to go to Nimrod's. I was leaving here, and because the realtor that I was working at the time, she mentioned it. I was like, maybe let's have a look. And so I was leaving here, and I was going there. I went across a bridge. I turned, and there was a whole bunch of cars waiting for the light.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, how do I get in this damn building? Like, where's the and I ended up going up to the pharmacy or
Pharmacy,
something
turning
and turning
around.
around there and coming back. And then I was like, do I turn on this road or do, and I just finally said this to it, and I just went home. I didn't even stop.
Yeah.
I
So
was
they
like,
have
this
two
is
entrances.
way too confusing.
You have two entrances on Stratford Road, and then there's an entrance off of St. John's Avenue, which is where the Robbins is. That's on a corner. The Robbins Coffee is on a corner. From
Oh,
St.
sure,
John's.
okay, yeah.
So that's there. So there's an entrance off there, and then parking. And there's parking along the highway. And there's two entrances that are on Stratford Road, which would have been where the traffic is. That Esso is a crazy place to turn left.
Is that the one? Is the ESO the one with the McDonald's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's that left turn is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But
I didn't like that. I don't like Stratford very much how it's laid out because it's laid out as suburbia. It's not intended to walk,
yeah,
and for some reason, that Highway 1 there that goes right through the guts of the town.
yeah.
You can't turn off of anywhere, right? Like, why did they? I know that they wanted to have like little walkways or something, but nobody's going to really walk that. And why can't I turn off of the street into the business? I have to go up to a roundabout and then go through some back street to get there. It's like, none of this makes any sense. Like,
Yeah, and I think mostly because it is Trans-Canada.
yeah,
It's a 70s, so.
yeah,
I mean, like the master plan for Stratford has that probably dropping down to like 50 or 60. Very similar to like going up this way, right, towards Cornwall. That used to be the Trans-Canada. You couldn't turn left into the hockey rink there. That road didn't exist until the bypass was put in to reduce traffic, and so they could reduce the speed down to, I think it's 60, maybe 50 through there now. So you had to go all the way up to the lights, then turn left, then you were at then turn left again, then you were at the rink.
right.
Now you can turn off the highway. The second place they put in left turn is for the schools. You used to have to go all the way through like the residential area, which just felt like forever because it's 40, stop, go, go. So yeah, it's quite a space. That Shop Spring place has not opened yet.
Which?
Shop Spring, that's in the next to Taco Boys and stuff. in Stratford.
Right.
Still isn't open.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, I know what kind of business that is. I know. Yeah, 3 letters, 3 years. That's how long it'll be there for. And it'll change names a few times.
I want some of that money to do that. Like,
Sorry, dude, you came in the wrong spot.
I'm not from this country.
There you go. You're not from the right country. Depending on how you look at it, I guess. I don't know of any other. Are you still actively looking at places, or?
Just a little.
We
What?
always just look at
I'm always kind of looking. I'm
Sure.
keeping my eyes out.
Yeah.
What I was mostly interested in was like if this space works out and she does end up doubling the size of the building.
Oh, is that what they're planning?
Okay. So the woman who 2 Fridays ago, a woman comes in, stands right where you are, says, "Hi, I just bought your building."
Really?
And I was like, "Huh?" So she had contacted me a week previous. There was an offer on the building. They had planned to do an inspection on a day that I'm not here, right, on a Monday at 1.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they have a key next door. they don't have the keys, so they couldn't come in. So I met the guy on Wednesday. The inspector came back and we walked through, but she called me up that morning of Wednesday and said, or maybe it was on Monday. I think it was on Monday. She called me up and she said, I just wanted to let you know that there's an offer on the building that you're in, and she called the arcade phone. And I have an offer on the building too, pending the first offer. And there's an inspection today, and she's basically asking me like to see if I could help make it so that inspection fails, because she wants the building. I mean, that's basically what she didn't come right out and say it, but that's kind of what she was saying, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know who this woman was,
Right.
and so it was all very kind of strange. And so I just said, look, I'll I know a bunch about the building. I'll tell them what I know and all of that, and just lead him in the right direction, because personally, I don't want someone to buy the building and then look back on it and go home like, oh my God, I've been totally screwed by this, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to avoid that. And I know that that's what the owners want to do, is they don't want them to look deep. I want them to dig deep so they know exactly what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah, for sure.
And she was like, oh, okay, great. So then I found out, as we're talking, she owns a bridal store in town that is closing because it wasn't doing very, very good business. She had the space up for rent. I had called her about it, and we talked about it, and as I was talking to her, I was like, she asked me if I had a lease here, and I said I have a lease, but I've actually been given permission to break it by the owners. So we're just looking around, and her space would have been fine, but it needed a second washroom, and we didn't have time to do that in a month.
Sure.
Right? So I told her straight out, I said, it sounds great, it sounds like it'll work, but we can't pull it off because we have to be up and going by tourist season, because we make 3-4 times the amount of money we normally make.
Mm-hmm.
So that it was her. So that's how she knew who I was. Okay. After that conversation, it sounded like she looked into our business, saw that this building was for sale, and I had told her it was for sale.
Yeah.
So she told me when she came in here, she basically said that she bought this building with us being an anchor store in mind. Like, she wants to fix up the building for us. She wants to extend it out, build us a new space, turn this into something. She said the pizza guys could come along. She said we want something like that here, or like a dairy bar or something. But anybody can do that. If they want to do it, they can do it. If someone else does it, that's fine too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what she's got in mind. Wow. She owns the other store that she owns is Wild Impulse.
Tracy Dooley.
Yeah.
Tracy Dooley. I own wildimpulse.ca.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. And she's like, I want to buy it. And I'm like, I will sell it to you. Because what originally happened is I know her from some younger years, and I was going to do website development for them. So she didn't know how to register, so I registered it. Never really came through, so I've been paying for it, registration fees, for like 20 years. And I was like, it'll cost you $500, because that's how much the registration fees have been for me over the last, at the time she messaged me, 15 years, I'm guessing. And she's like, no. And I'm like, all right, well, the next time you ask me, it'll be another couple $100. I'm not making money here.
Right.
Paying for the registration. Now it's up for auction, so if anybody wants to buy it, they can. But yeah, Tracy Dooley. She had, I know the bridal shop she had, it was on St. Kensington Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of down by the fairgrounds and stuff, kind of over by the casino.
Yeah. And she also has, I think she's involved in the Halloween shop on St. Peter's Road, I think. She may or may not be involved in, not quite smart. The other one that's over in the old Leon's building, someone called Santa's, Christmas discounters. Maybe, I don't know if she's involved in Christmas.
There was one of those in the mall for a little while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
she
it's
might have been
gone.
involved in that.
Okay.
But I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. I noticed that they had dropped the price in this building by $150,000 too.
And even more.
Yeah,
they've
probably.
gone
Yeah.
down quite
The
a bit.
offer is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Tracy, and I don't know if Walter is still around, but yeah, we've partied before. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, she sounded like she wanted to do something serious with it. We're kind of reserving judgment. I don't really know her. I've heard that she's a bit of a hard nose, but from talking to her, it sounds like she's got a thing she wants to do and she's going to do it. Damn it, that's kind of like her attitude, right? It's like her way or the highway kind of thing. And if you're on the same highway, then great.
I believe that is right. Yeah.
You know, that's kind of the impression I got out of her. But so we'll see when she comes in. I mean, it's going to be a year or more before they break ground
sure.
on it because they have to.
Even if they find engineers or even
Right. Yeah.
contractors to build, yeah.
They have to draw it up. They have to approve the plans. They have to do this. They have to do that. And that's fine. But if she comes in here and the first month, you know, they fix our door, they fix the deck, and they do all this, then I'll know she's serious.
Did she cut the grass or cut the grass?
I don't know who cut the grass.
Because it was getting.
They had someone that they had contracted with. It looked like someone had come by and cut some of it over there, but they had stopped right over there.
Right.
But they had cut some of this property, but so maybe they had to go or they had a mower problem or something. I don't know.
Because it was getting deep, and I'm like, you know what hides in deep grass? Rodents. You don't want that.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of we'll play it by ear. We'll see what she does to the building, fixing it and kind of getting it up to speed. And if she seems to be doing that, then I figure it might work out.
Awesome. Cool.
Interesting.
It is
Yeah.
interesting. I hope things go well.
We'll see.
Hi, sorry we didn't chat much. This is my friend Liz visiting from Ottawa for the Montgomery conference. That's how we met like 8 years ago, maybe?
Something like that.
Or
yeah.
10 years ago? Yeah,
many
out
years
here for
ago.
the conference. They do it every 2 years.
Okay.
I'm not going this year, but it's always nice to see all my LMM friends.
Yeah, even if it's for short times, it's like, I like getting back out east because
Yeah.
I get to see people again.
Yeah, for sure. Play a little pinball.
Well, that's always a helpful
Yeah.
thing, yes.
Have some sweets.
What did you do? Was it you that were going to get
I was
butter,
going to,
or-
but I saw the bottle caps and I really need bottle caps.
Bottle caps are a good choice, too.
I understand
Yeah.
completely.
Bottle
I
caps.
Little
bottle
discs,
caps.
little disc of sugar.
Oh,
Those are better
but
than
they're like flavored.
I always like bottle caps too.
Yeah.
And
I
sweet
remember
tarts.
them as a kid. But
Yeah.
They came in the envelope like
Yeah.
the
Yes.
Razzles down there,
Yes.
and they were twice the size, and they looked like they were like the size of an actual bottle
And
cap.
they had like little indentations
Yep.
all around.
Yeah, they had
Yes.
the little, like a bottle.
Yeah,
It's just
they look
so
more
cute.
like a
They
bottle
had
cap.
indentations.
Now they just look like
I
little discs.
bought them.
Are they just
Oh, they're
little
just
discs?
like
I think they
so
have a little ridge around the edge still,
But
but
not-
they're
Isn't it right
Is everybody
on?
still listening to us talk to other
Oh,
people?
no, they got the little bottle cap indentation.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
just smaller.
I hope
Yeah.
you've all enjoyed the stream.
Sorry, are we talking on the stream?
Well, I think they've been talking. You've
We've
still
been
been
I've
streaming.
been completely neglecting the stream, and I feel
Yeah.
really bad.
Well,
But they're
everyone's
used
like,
to that. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
someone says she has no idea she's on the internet, and tell Lucy to invite her friends. Tell Sophia we said bye. Thanks for the stream. See you soon. Have a good night. I guess everybody left.
everybody failed. I was ignoring them.
It was like,
There's
oh,
some
yeah.
people. There's some people watching. but-
Right? We're really sorry. Hey, this was a stream about nothing, and you listened to us talk about nothing.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's always a stream about it. It's about nothing.
Right? It's always about nothing.
You get what you paid for.
Exactly.
All right.
What Chris said. You get what you paid for.
All right.
Have a good night.
See you later.
See you again.
It was very good to see you again.
You too.
And you as well.
And another year,
You
maybe.
were enjoyable. So, yes.
Maybe if you
well,
come back.
I'm hoping so much is going to depend, of course, how the next year goes, the mortgage and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yay. She
Well-
can fill you in, I don't mind.
Yeah. If we ever get another, if we ever get another place or like a bunkhouse or something, we'll let you know so people can visit.
Yes. Say hi to your kitties.
Oh, well, gotta send you a bunch of photos of them. They're just giant floofs now.
I love kitties.
Okay. Have a safe drive back.
I will.
It was so nice to see you.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Oh, thanks.
Should we switch?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna let's go through some
First-
chat messages.
Let's talk the bottom one though. Go back to the bottom.
What's the bottom one?
This is Glockenspiel Pickle, the best name ever. Says longtime subscriber.
First time to say hi. Well,
hi.
hello. How are
And
you?
you have an incredible name.
Glockenspiel Pickle.
Um,
Sorry, we were completely neglecting the stream, just because that happens sometimes. Because it happens.
yeah. Let's see.
All right, so Ron Jeremy on the right. Yeah. Okay. I think Bert might be sporting one. We were looking at this back glass.
Oh gosh. Oh,
Let me go back to this back glass here.
I don't
which
know
is
that
just
he's
fantastic.
supporting wood as much as they've like made it so that it looks like he's squished in his pants.
As
off
was
to the
as
right.
was the style back then.
Oh, I can't imagine
I like
how painful that
this
was.
guy up here, the red
I
shirt
like
guy.
I like this girl's
No.
shirt.
She's like, hello.
I like her shirt.
Then we have Blondie right here.
Oh, how
We
do I
have-
bowl? I
We
don't
have
know.
this like creeper up here in the corner. This is Ron Jeremy.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. And this
Okay.
guy with his tongue hanging out. This never went to production. This was a
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So let's see.
Where are we? Crazy camera. We got flag. Come there. We're going through the chats to see if there's anything that we need to respond to.
Should be a Fireball XL
And then
pinball.
Spike says, "Tell Sophie we said bye. Thanks for the stream." So those guys left. Had a good night. And so now we're back to Glockenspiel Pickle. And
Glockenspiel Pickle, where are you from?
we usually go for about 2 hours, and we're hitting the 2 hour mark. So
I'm-
we're going to be
I'm s-
hanging up the phone here pretty
Yeah,
soon.
I'm sorry. So we switched to Fridays. We're going to try and switch to Fridays maybe because I'm at the arcade on Fridays and not necessarily on Saturdays anymore. But then a friend of mine that I only see once a year just showed up because they're having the Ella Montgomery. Oh, Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. We drove through there. A friend of mine showed up. There's the Ella Montgomery conference. Fun fact, I did a degree in early Canadian, I did a degree in English literature with primarily in early Canadian literature. And there's an Ella Montgomery conference here every 2 years. And so that's how I met my friend. Are you going to turn off
Big
whatchamacallit?
guns.
So we chatted a lot because we don't often get to catch up. So sorry I wasn't as active tonight as I might usually have been. And then I was also dealing with other work-related issues with my day job. What else? And then Seven was chatting with Chris for a while, and we neglected everyone. So you just got to listen to us chat, mostly Seven. And then we played some games, and that's about it. We drove through Sault Ste. Marie, whatever it's called. I shouldn't say whatever. However you choose to pronounce it. And I bought these two really cute shot glasses that had the Mary, like Jesus's Mary on them in all of her garb and stuff. It was this image. And
Jesus is Mary.
yeah, Jesus' mom, Mary. I bought them in a thrift store, and they were apparently from this monastery in, like, Portugal. And they were just the neatest little shot glasses, and they're tall shot glasses, and they were the perfect size for growing little tiny plant cuttings. And then one of them broke, so now I only have one. But that's my memory of Sault Ste. Marie when we drove through. my little shot glasses.
All right.
We're gonna check off?
We need to hang up the phone.
Okay. We have to go get pizza.
Someone has to go get pizza because we have till 11.
I know.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
I would like you to go get pizza.
Okay. All right. I gotta go get pizza.
She has to go get pizza. Not the pizza next door. We're neglecting our neighbors. but
We're gonna try something else.
We've had their pizza way too much, so.
Haha, that's amazing. Not too much to do here. Thrift shopping.
Sure, so.
And there was a really nice coffee shop right near the thrift store too. So we went in there. Okay.
All right, so I think probably next Friday we will stream. Not so much on the Saturdays. It would just be me if I stream tomorrow, and nobody wants to just listen to me talk.
Well,
She's
they did
the
it
pretty
tonight.
one. No one wants to look at this.
I aim to please, but I think he's pretty too.
All right, I might tomorrow. We'll see how many people we have in here and what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if not, probably we're going to move our regular weekly streams to Fridays.
Yeah.
And the same time. All right, so Glockenspiel Pickle, nice seeing you.
Have a great
Thanks for watching
evening.
over the long time of subscriptions. And anybody else who's still on the stream, see you later. And okay.